What are you guys, like, phobias or things that you're scared of?
I am absolutely terrified of snakes.
Yep.
Both of you?
Like, it is an unhealthy fear of snakes.
If I see them, like I was watching, I think it's Jackass 2, maybe, where they have Bam, he's going to do the Rocky scene. Do you remember that? And they cut the floor out in the semi-trailer.
Oh my God, yeah. I remember, yes.
I almost had a panic attack.
Well, that nobody would like. I don't even think. But, you know, is it like, you know, our previous guest, Jason, you know, where he doesn't even like to see, I think it's tigers in anything.
Sorry, Jason.
Like if you guys see like a snake as a cartoon or anything, that obviously doesn't bother me.
That's different.
That or like actually in a movie doesn't bother me. But if I'm driving down the road and I see it slither across, all about pass out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
I like my foot lifts off the accelerator and I start cringing. It's bad.
What about that TV show? What's the other podcast creator? The great one.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, didn't he do Fear Factor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they had those chambers where those people would have to lay in there and all the snakes were crawling all over.
Oh my God.
I would die.
Woo!
There was one day.
I mean, I don't like them. There's nothing that I like about snakes, but I do admire the fact that they kill a lot of shit.
I respect
that I
what they
like.
do, but I want nothing to do with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, people are always like, oh, well, they do this. You think I give a fuck?
Yeah. Like, good. Now fuck on away.
Worry about your snakes and your little
Yeah.
culture over there.
No, it was bad enough. It's been years ago. An ex-girlfriend and I, we were out on our four-wheeler, just riding through the river bottoms and stuff. We came up over a hill, and I locked him up. We about flipped it because there's a snake sitting at the base of the hill. Nope. We had to fucking hang a Yui and go around.
Isn't it crazy?
And create my own trail to get away from it.
You were at the top of the hill.
Yeah, we had just.
So isn't it crazy that if you did go over the handlebars, you would have in fact been with the snakes at that point?
And I was prayed that the four-wheeler killed me at that point. Because I don't want to be conscious with that snake on me.
For sure.
Not to cut off your phobias, but I'm also really weird about like fish, worms, or frogs, and basically unless it's a dog or a cat. Like, even large, like, I can't say like horses or something. They freak me out a little bit just because they're so fucking huge.
Well, something like that you're not going to control either.
Exactly.
If it loses its shit, you're just dead.
I've been kicked a couple times by a horse and that fucking shit.
It explains a lot about
Sorry,
you.
my language. But it, right in the gut, man. And it sucks. I mean, I deserved it, but it sucks. But anyway.
Yeah, there's always those people like, oh, you can't touch a fish. No, I can't touch a fucking fish. They're disgusting. I can't do it.
So are you saying Danielle pulls the fish off the hook for it?
Every time. I'm just kidding. We've never went fishing. I pray that I never have to take a fish. The last time I actually went fishing, I just
He cut his own line. I broke that one.
oh no!
Are you proud of me, Dad?
I literally I just grabbed the hook with some pliers and
Get off here!
get up!
That reminds me of a story. If my brother Kyler watches these, one time I reeled back and hooked him right in the fucking
Hook, line, and
I
sinker.
remember his eyes were just as big as the moon.
Oh, God.
And they had to, just like a fish, like, wiggle it out of there.
I had a cousin, him and his boy, oldest boy, again, years ago, they went fishing. His son, on the back cast, didn't catch him in the lip and got him in the neck. Well, then he just ripped her forward. He thought he was caught in a tree, and he just kept fucking hitting him, and bam, bam. Yeah, same thing. They had to go through and like snip the end off the hook and pull it out of his throat.
Yeah, I mean, it is, like, I'm with him, like, it is gross. Like, the first time I went catfishing, I was just out on the motorcycle with a friend, and we ran into another friend, and they were going catfishing, so it was like, oh yeah, we'll go. Ended up coming home with blood and guts all over us, and because when Asian carp come in the boat, you're literally like, well, at least they did, just pick the fish up, put your hand in its gills, and just rip everything you can grab out.
We always just ran a knife.
It was
out of his
gross.
gut, threw it up on the bank.
Yeah, something, yeah. And
Carp.
something with it is definitely a gross thing.
Just,
The only thing, fish don't bother me. What pisses me off about fish is when you catch a bluegill and it's all calm and you go to grab it, and then they just fin the fuck out of you.
Yeah,
I think
and the
that's
cuts.
where it went. I think that's
Then you
where
just
I
wanna
lost
punch
my
your
shit.
face.
I don't like the
Yeah.
cuts you get from fishing because they cut very clean to me, and then you've got all the guts and everything all over it. I don't like that. But I would say, without thinking about it much, my biggest phobias are just bugs in general. The way they have their hard shells, like beetles and stuff, I just don't.
You step
I don't
on a
like
beetle and it sounds like a crunch from a
I don't
tornado.
like it. I'd rather just like guide them in the direction, you know.
Gonky.
It's like there's a cheese it over there.
Oh, like little, like mice. Had that mouse in here that one day.
That don't bother me. I think I just seen it over there, but I wasn't gonna bring it up. I did. I think I.
Speaking of mice,
There he is. Oh,
Yeah, that is
right up there.
dude. That's awesome. Because I just seen him over there. Now we'll bring it up.
Get a little mouse hunting in here. And we're back. What were we talking about? We were talking about the mouse that's hopefully gonna get.
Not over there anymore, is he?
Yep. Where would he have gone? Of course he wasn't over there.
crafty little fuckers.
Dang it.
That is crazy that I brought that up.
Yeah. We locked eyes with him, little bastard.
So growing up, at mom and dad's, speaking of mice, my bedroom used to be decorated like North Carolina Tar Heel stuff. I was a big college basketball fan. And I had this North Carolina flag up on my wall. Well, I woke up in the middle of the night and I look up there and there's a mouse. It goes across the top of that flag and it's sitting right there on the nail that I used to hang it. I'm like, huh, where's he gonna go from here? Well, then the little bastard climbed down, went across my headboard, was sitting on the pillow next to me. So I named it Jerry, and I started fucking like sneaking little snacks in, and so Mom, she catches me and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I got a mouse in my room." She's like, "Oh, we need to get traps set." I'm like, "We're not gonna kill Jerry." She's like, "You named it?" It's like, "Oh yeah, this has been going on for weeks."
So you're telling me, well, I was starving. You were feeding this cat hostess, or not cat, this mouse hostess cakes and Cheez-Its and chicken, like all the good crackers.
Pretty much.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I'd offend you if you were a mouse in my bedroom.
Nasty bastards.
Oh yeah,
They never bothered me. Like I always remember in movies, you know, horror movies, especially the older ones, like they'd have all the rice or not rice, rats crawling all over the people, and it was like I don't know. I was like, but to me it was never. I don't know that it just didn't bother me. They're big enough to where it doesn't gross me out. Now, if they were tiny little things like beetles or spiders, I don't like spiders. I will take a tarantula just because they're bigger.
I don't like
Really?
Yeah.
I would take that as a pet.
Okay.
Now, knowing that it's running free amongst the home, I wouldn't like that.
A buddy of mine in high school, he had 2 or 3 his pets. And yeah, stayed the night over there. He finally showed them to me. I'm like, dude, I've been sleeping over here and you got fucking spiders in your bedroom. He never let them run free. But we stayed up real late one night, playing video games, doing stupid shit, you know, like kids. And we finally decided to go to bed. And we might be asleep half hour, 45 minutes, and I hear him just scurrying around. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? One of the spiders got out. Mom's gonna kill me. I'm like, great. And I'm fucking sleeping in a sleeping bag on the floor.
She's down there
home.
just tickling your toes.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is he's probably the nicest spider you'd ever meet. But
Foot sled.
I thought you broke another chair.
Yeah, we got a story for you after this. I blew a chair out of work.
I like those.
Blew it out. Bit it off.
It was bad.
But yeah, anyway, I mean that's my big phobia. It's just anything that's small and moving like that. Ugh.
What's something that like the kids call it the ick nowadays? What's something that gives you like the ick?
I don't
know what I mean by that?
My daughter.
Well, there's multiple different definitions of it too. Like Danielle always refers to like anything that I do that she's like, that's an ick to her.
No, I'm saying my daughter is my ick.
Yeah, but so like
She's got that snotty, slobbery face, and she's like, eh?
And she
And
knows.
it's just covered in funk. It's like, ugh, go.
nah. Hey for me, dog.
Yeah, I'm out, dog.
Sorry, dog. That's a no for me.
It's a Totino's scoop chip.
Ugh.
It's full.
It's just, you're knocking on the door of that. It is rough.
So, I mean, mine kind of fall, and I have some that fall in that category, but one that's really weird that sticks out the most is, you guys are going to think this is odd. Like if you, say you have, fucking Murphy, say you have a jar of
Got a
like,
heffalump up there.
But it's a big dog.
say you have a jar of like marinara, and I've always done it because my mom always did it, but you rinse the jar out the rest of the way. Something about whenever water hits that, it is disgusting to me. Like if it would touch my finger when I'm pouring it out, it almost makes me throw up.
I think any food when water hits it for me is gross.
Like hot sauce, anything like that. That's just what comes to mind because I always rinse out glass jars.
Mm-hmm.
So, which, hot sauce, marinara, cheese, anything like that. If I rinse it out, water touches it. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't
because
like when
thought
I'm
I
doing the
was just a
dishes and
freak.
you gotta like.
That's exactly what.
Yeah.
I would have to say the same thing. Anything really that touches it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's crazy because water is our friend,
Yeah.
But
And not only that, it's just food with water on it. But it's just like.
yeah,
Because I mentioned that to her one day, and she's like, I don't get it. I'm like, it's disgusting.
I've worked at a handful of restaurants, so I guess that may have broke me
Yeah,
out of it.
maybe that's what it is. I don't
well, and
know.
I'll
It's
use
just
their
disgusting
name,
to me.
but Robinson High School, when they would water their cheese down, then they did that. There's no way they didn't because you'd get the cheese, and it wasn't nacho cheese. It was like nacho soup, and that grossed me out. Like you're dipping your chip in it, and none of it's staying on the chip. You gotta use your spoon. Like, get the fuck out of here. That grossed me out. So I definitely feel you on that one.
No, like I said, I guess I've worked in enough like restaurant settings to where
And I think working at a restaurant here in town, like that's what finally killed it for me.
Well, so you were agreeing with me, but it's killed. It's gone. It's in your past now.
No, it's still there.
Okay.
But when I was working there, yeah, you were just used to it. Actually, when I was working there, I didn't want to touch dishes because it's all I did. So.
Right.
But yeah, you get, and then that side where all your dirty dishes were, the mixture of water in every single.
I guess
was
that
so
would be
gross.
like. Thankfully, we've got a dishwasher at the house, so I can just spray it off, throw it in, and wash them. But I remember, like, before we got that, or I guess the normal way, you'd run your dishwater, soak them, and then by the time you get done washing shit and cleaning them up, drying them, putting them away, just the dish soup you got, it's like,
Yeah. Nasty.
Go down and pull the plug out and just.
Somebody else gonna have to do this. Put a piece of fishing line on it.
Yeah, it's really good dishwater.
Growling.
Really good dishwater when you turn on the garbage disposal and it's starting to amp out. You gotta go flick the breaker that got tripped. It's like, what is that, a fish bone?
Give me a freaking bone, would you?
But anyway, so this chair that got blown out.
Oh, so there was one in one of our.
Yeah, we got a few.
You didn't put the damn label out.
We're working on sponsorships, so
Nutrition facts.
nobody gives a food about nutrition facts. Anyways.
I guess I'll use this other cousin here.
We don't want rings. You want ants? This is how we get ants.
As you were saying.
As I was saying. So there's the chair that leaned way back.
That was one of my favorites. I think it's the one I'm thinking of.
That's the one that leans all the way back now.
Might as well not have a back.
Yeah. I wouldn't even do anything crazy. Like, just lean back, sitting there. We're just sitting there bullshitting, and we hear a little bit of a pop. It's like, whoa.
I thought he had hit, it sounded like he stomped on something like a spider or something.
But I caught myself and I sprung back up.
That's what I don't like.
It's like, alright, it's still fine. So I leaned back again, and finally, it was the left-hand side. Completely blew out that handle. It broke in like 3 spots. Just Jesus!
I just looked back and he's like, it's done.
The only reason why I didn't get spilled out onto the floor is because I think my sphincter tightened up around the damn leather. It's like, well, you ain't going anywhere.
And you know what's crazy? Like, what a boring topic, but how much do they, you pay for these computer chairs? I mean, we're talking, that's probably a $200 chair, $250, and they break that easy. Like,
Granted, they've had some use.
Slinty acid.
oh.
Just talking about stomping on a spider. Have you ever stomped on one, picked your foot up, and the paper turned black? Because the babies.
Yeah, so there was one on our horse trailer.
I had one.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Just a little bitty guy.
We're scurrying along the pavement and I fucking hoofed it, picked my foot up. I'm like,
Yeah, so that, like when I was growing up, the only spiders I was used to was wolf spiders.
what?
And wolf spiders.
I said
And
wolf.
Alright.
It was weird.
I say it like that sometimes.
Go
But
ahead.
you can imagine my reaction. USS. When I'm out running and playing around in the yard, my mom, when my stepdad and her were riding horses and stuff. They would keep the horse trailer in the yard. Well, I'm running underneath the gooseneck there, and I run into some spider webs, and of course I freak out. Well, I turn around, and I'm not kidding you. I bet you the egg on the back of this thing was like, and it was like Easter egg colored. And it was, I mean, it was huge. And so my thought is I'll go grab my propane torch and I'll just fucking burn the thing. Well, I burned it, but then when the egg fell, it hit, and then a bunch of them goes flying out of there. That is what my biggest phobia is those.
That's what scary movies are made of.
Like, so, ugh.
Right in the, fuck me, you running. Fuck me to tears. As you walk in the door, there's a spider that always makes a nice little cobweb right there. And it formed one day, and I wanted to knock it down, but there was a big old cocksucker sitting in there, and I'm like, so a couple, 3 days it went by. I was feeling froggy. I was out there with Murph. The spider was just sitting there chilling. So I took my crock off. I got squared up on it to where I hit it against the door jamb, and I knew, I'm like, that fucker's gonna be dead. I fucking went to swing. Somebody just took off running. I hit it, and it went. I'm like, we gotta go in, Murph. I looked my crock over, slid it off. We went in.
All I could see is him doing the Scooby-Doo, like, and I'm talking about the dog. Not you, he was
Me
probably
and him were
sitting-
fucking Shaggy and Scooby right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But we fucking, I go out the next morning, that fucking cobweb's back again. I'm like, well, I didn't fucking get him, that's for sure.
Now he's just pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out there waiting for him with a set of boxing gloves. Just gonna. Yeah.
And all his kids, or her kids, whatever, I don't know. I
It's
don't.
fucking Charlotte's Web. She's writing me notes whenever I'm
I always use the shop vac. Or
That's a smart move.
take a cup of, it works with wasps, but take a cup of gasoline and stick it up there.
I've seen that.
Um,
I'm not too froggy about doing that because mine are fucking 20 foot in the air and I really don't want to risk that, but
what's that?
mobile snaps.
Oh,
I mean, I've got a few that are lower, but most of mine
yeah.
are way up there.
Yeah, I mean, it does work. It's cool. But yeah, to conclude phobias.
I wasn't done.
Oh,
I still have more of a
oh,
song
my
with this
bad.
goddamn
My bad.
So anyways, I fucking swung and missed on that sumbitch. Come back out the next day, and it's all formed up again. So, I took the opportunity, took the nest back down again, took all the webs with it. Come back that next morning, there it is again. I'm gonna get this bitch. So, me and Murph go outside, and I forgot that it was there. He fucking ran past me, and I fucking got my hair all up in that. Oh, I was on tiptoes, fucking running through the wood. I mean, I was doing everything I could. It's one of those that, like, you know, the wind blows just right, and you're like, oh, there that fucker is. There it is. But
You got the fucking willies the entire day.
I finally ended up getting it, and thankfully, nothing come out of it. But god damn, yeah, that scared the fuck out of me.
And the funny thing is like I can imagine Danielle just walking right through it and just being done with it and going on.
Give her the old people's elbow.
From the top rope.
You and the gigantic dog.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
I'm not nearly as bad with spiders as I am snakes.
I used to be really bad with spiders, but anymore, I don't know. I mean, that is totally different. I mean,
Sure.
That's the size of my fist.
Yeah.
was literally Charlotte's Web.
We may have talked about it, but yeah, my favorite memory of a snake was one time my friend, or I can't remember if I was there in person, but he just posted a picture of a big, it probably was just a black snake, wrapped and coiled around the door frame of the front door.
Ugh.
And then the next picture was just a picture of like tree trimmers, or like, branch trimmers just around the head. It just cuts it right off there.
Didn't you guys, your mom and dad, they had some trees fall down. Weren't you cutting up?
Oh yes, this was just recently.
I forgot about that.
I wish, if it wasn't for the blood, we could probably show the video, but we had a tree fall in a recent storm, and so my stepdad's chainsaw wasn't working, so I don't know why it matters, but we I don't know why that part matters, but the neighbor come over with his chainsaw, and he was just going to town, and all of a sudden we turn around and there's like, you got your wood chips, but there's blood all over these wood chips, and about 10 minutes earlier, before we were cutting the tree, we were like, whoa, there's a snake skin there, and we were picking it up and, playing with it, and so, anyway, these wood chips, and these wood chips had all this blood all over them, and the chainsaw did, and we're like, oh fuck. We kind of hoped we didn't hit like a raccoon, raccoons aren't great,
It's hard telling, yeah.
but yeah, then we look in there, and there's just still a snake tail laying on the ground, just moving around.
Ugh.
And there's eggs laying there. The eggs, snakes don't bother me, but the eggs are nasty.
Ugh.
They look like yogurt balls, big yogurt balls, and it's like yogurt covered raisins. Imagine those, bigger but moving. And so
I can feel it.
So then we find the head to the snake, and the head of the snake is still moving and squirming. So I can't remember if it was my brother or the neighbor, but he has gloves on, of course, but he goes down and grabs onto it, and it bites onto his glove. So then that pissed him off, because I think he honestly felt bad, and was just gonna, so my brother comes up, grabs it, and yeets him into the field. We ended up finding out that there was 2 of them.
Did he have his glove in his mouth still when he yeeted it?
I can't remember. But I don't think my brother had gloves on. The neighbor had gloves on, but I don't think my brother did. And we ended up finding out there was that, because then we found another tail, and we're like, wait a minute. There was 2 snakes. We hit 2 snakes while cutting into that log. I mean, it was just, it was such a cool video to make. We did a whole documentary.
I call bullshit. There's nothing cool about that.
No.
It was,
The blood.
I would have rather not killed them because they are black snakes, but god damn it, wrong place, wrong time. Not our fault.
It's just
That's rough.
disgusting.
Um,
So since you decided to tell that fucked up story, how do you feel that on average, during a normal human lifespan, you eat like 100 spiders in your sleep?
they say that, but how do they have proof of that?
It's just average. So
You
the
might
thing
not
that
eat it.
kills me,
He might eat 50.
the thing that kills me is like growing up, my bedroom was in the basement, so there were wolf spiders, wolf spiders all over that thing. I mean, I'd find them everywhere, and my mom would spray to heaven, but we'd still find them. So I know that my odds are probably higher than average.
See, you said you didn't have much to eat growing up. You had plenty of wolf
So waking up and I'm full.
Pretty woofs.
Yeah, waking up and it's like, Mom, I'm not hungry for breakfast this morning.
Oh, the leg's still sitting there twitching in the corner of your mouth.
I was staying over at a friend's house one time, and I was asleep, but I had just kind of fallen asleep, so you were kind of in that in-between stage, and I felt something on the side of my face, and I thought maybe it was just like a hair, and I went like that, and whenever I did that, something crawled in my ear, and it was like a hard bug. I fucking popped up real quick and started, just diddling the shit out of my ear, and whatever it was come out, but it was a hard black bug. It wasn't like a cockroach, but then I was in a panic and I think it was because I railed my ear so hard. But for like 2 or 3 days after that, my ear was sore. So I'm like, oh God, they planted a colony of some bullshit up in my fucking ear. Got this shit swarming my brain. And then it just finally went away. But every now and then I'll get like the slightest little earache or something. And I'm like, oh, there it is.
PTSD.
I'm like, that's it. That's it.
Well, and I won't say who it was because it was embarrassing for her, but I think it was at least. But like, I have a family member that had a wasp. I believe it was a wasp or a bee fly into their ear.
Oh,
and if I remember correctly, they tried to do the same thing and dig it out. Well, that ended up like pretty much messing the insect and getting it up further in there, and like it stung and and she couldn't get it out, and like it ended up being this whole thing. Like had to go get it surgically pulled out of there. Like scary.
So, you guys were talking about that. It wasn't a spider or a bug, but we went on a family vacation down to the Gulf Shores one year. And long drive, as soon as we get there, my cousin's just running like an idiot down the beach, rips his shirt off and he jumps into a wave. Well, he came back out and he's like, something's in my ear. Like, it just fucking water bubble, whatever. He's like, no, something swam into my ear. It's like, bullshit. So, like I said, we got there late. Next morning, he's like, you guys smell fish? Well, we're right next to an ocean, so.
Yeah. Hard to tell
Maybe.
about it.
He's like, no, it's like, this house smells like fish. We don't smell nothing. So he goes up because he's not feeling good, takes a nap. A couple hours later, he comes running back down, and he's got a Q-tip. And he's like, I fucking told you guys. He had a fucking minnow swim inside of his ear. Ugh. And it finally died in his ear canal, and he fucking dug it out with a damn Q-tip.
The fact that he was able to fucking grab a hold of it, that's impressive.
That's what I'm saying, because like with Q-tips, normally you push the shit further in there.
Yeah, just a little bitty, dude. So, that was a running joke for a long time. And we tell my aunt who stayed behind, and she sent the little clip from Nemo. I got a fish in my hair.
Insects, just foreign objects and holes of our bodies hidden.
Say it like that. Foreign objects and holes of our bodies.
You're slurping up goldfish.
All right, there's people that take it to the extreme. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the accident stuff.
Yeah, I've always worried about random shit like that whenever you're in the ocean or something like that, though. Like that's.
How many times have you been in the ocean? You're having a beer, you're sitting there talking, having a good time, and then you feel something touch you, like,
Yeah.
and you look down.
It's a shark.
Yeah. Piece of
Dude,
seaweed
I
wrapped
think
around your leg.
The biggest mind blow for me was like going snorkeling for the first time, and you think when you see a jellyfish, it's going to be like what you see in Nemo, or SpongeBob, where it's just big and neon. And you realize they're like clear as hell, and you really got to look for them. And they're everywhere. Like,
The ocean's a dangerous place.
I always wondered when you go like to those resorts and stuff, why they have an indoor pool. And it's like, God,
That-
you freaking
No,
weirdos.
That really fucking hammer to nail right there. I've never thought about that.
Like some people just like they like seeing the ocean, they like feeling the breeze, but they don't want to get in that.
Yeah, they want to be on the sand, they want to be on the beach.
Yeah.
But they don't.
It's like I'll go do my swimming in the.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, that's at least how I think it is. Maybe it's.
Huh.
There was actually one
I'll be
place that we
damned.
rented down in Gulf Shores once again, but it was a family from Georgia, I think. It was a duplex, and we would go down and sit on the beach, and we ended up getting to know them pretty well because there was a shared pool. And we ended up having a week-long Illinois versus Georgia family dual, like, volleyball tournament.
Oh,
These guys were awesome. But, yeah, we spent very little time on the beach. We spent a week playing fucking volleyball down south.
That's always cool to hear those stories of, like, families or, like, you remember when you were younger, did you ever go on vacation or go camping and you meet a friend that you never see a day in your life? And,
Oh, yeah.
like,
No.
Really? Yeah, by the end of that week, it's just
camping?
like,
No camping?
by the end of that week, you're just tit and tat.
And at that point,
Haven't seen them in 10 years.
yeah, at that point there was MySpace, but like no, like it wasn't as social media wasn't as big, so it was like, okay, I'll see you later. And it was sad, honestly.
Because like one of our things we did down there was before we came home, we'd go and buy fireworks and set fireworks off on the beach. And we told them about that, and hell, they gave us like $600-700. They're like, go ahead, take this, go buy stuff. It's like, we've known you for 3-4 days. They're just forking money over because you just built that
I
kind
love
of
that.
relationship.
Yeah.
Typically, anytime I made a friend, it was with somebody that my dad worked with. It was his kid.
Aww.
And
I have a feeling the friend was always the spider in the doorway. One did you wrong one time, and now you just kill every single one that you see.
but no, like it was always like we do something that was really fun. Then we're like, we got to do this more often. And then like you go back to school and say they're same age as you or grade ahead of you or something like that. It's like you don't even say hi when you walk past each other. Like
Yeah.
it's like that was kind of us because like we didn't go on vacation much as a kid. Whenever I was 3, I would say 2 to 4-ish, give or take, maybe even 5. I went to Gulf Shores with my mom and my aunts and my grandma and my cousins, and we did that. But most of the time, we just went to like Holiday World or something like that, just because it's not too far away. It's not real expensive.
And I love
you got the best of both worlds. You got
no hate.
theme park, and then you got water rides. But
Camping.
my parents' excuse was always because my brother and I couldn't be in the car for more than 2 hours at a time with each other. Don't know how true that is. I mean, I know we fought, but I think that was just a way of saving money for them. Don't blame you now, though, because I'm in your shoes.
I was gonna say, now we're older, it's like, yeek.
Yeah, sure. Who wants to do that?
Holiday World.
Yeah.
I am grateful that, I was able to just go on, like us, like we didn't have a whole lot of money, but God, maybe the world was cheaper then, I don't.
I'd say, because goddamn, you couldn't afford snacks, but you were out fucking going to
A lot of it was just camping trips and, horse riding
going
trips.
to 5-star resorts and making buddies out on the fucking sandbar and.
But yeah, one of the worst things is definitely when you're like camping and then you get like a camp crush, like somebody in the friend group that you, or a girl or something, and then it's like you never see them again. It's like a movie ending, It's just it's something you got. Yeah, that Titanic song, some Celine Dion playing.
I'll never let go, Jack.
Yeah. As their parents are rolling away in their $300,000 RV and you're in the pop-up camper.
Got the only pop-up.
It's like, God, I hated that kid.
Yeah, you're in love. He's like,
leave me alone.
fuck. Now I can enjoy myself. I love your mom. Well, you feeling gristled up?
Hang on.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. He must work out.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Show off the merch.
Oh yeah, a little merchy merch. merch there.
Probably not even on camera.
Thank you to,
Yeah, we just got all of our asses in it. I'll just
thank you to Cody's parents, well, mother.
Yeah.
Dad was just as surprised we got these as we were.
It's funny because I told Danielle I need to go up and tell Kip when we got these things, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for the shirt.
See, I knew that your mom had, printed the first bill for him, but I still tricked him, was like, thanks Kip for buying these for us.
Not saying we're gonna do a big merch release, but put in the comments if you're interested in shirts.
We may or may not figure something out.
Yeah, we might make some, and I mean if we do, all proceeds from that, if we make any money off of them, we'll put that towards. We'd like to get some mics that pair up well with the camera, just for better quality, because
And so we can move this back outside when we
yes,
can,
yes,
because I know there's been a handful of people ask if we could go back to that, but
yeah.
we don't really have the setup for our audio issues at the moment.
Yeah, because
It's obviously, I mean, we don't strive for greatness. I mean, well, not saying we don't strive for greatness, but
just having a good time.
yeah, we're having a good time, so we're not trying to throw a bunch of money at this, but if we can do something to make the videos a little bit better, to where you can hear us better, to where you don't have to listen to the air conditioner kicking off and on, or hear the crickets outside, just a little piddly shit, it would be nice to not hear my dog running around upstairs. But yeah, if you guys would be interested, maybe we could do like a 25 shirts or something like that. Or,
That would be something we could figure out.
yeah.
And a lot of you that watch these are people we know, so if you see us out in public,
Yeah.
just let us know.
Yeah, tell us, and you can put it on our Facebook page too, or comment on the Facebook videos. It's Gristled Up Podcast on Facebook. I'm gonna try to start putting the Facebook link on there. Not that it's really any different than our YouTube channel, but I try to put on there, once the video's up, just in case you don't follow YouTube all the time.
Well, and to
I see him.
the maps,
Yeah.
but is you can't comment on YouTube unless you have an account. So
Right. Right.
a lot of people are on Facebook, so
Yeah.
if that's better for you to reach us there.
Yeah, sure. But if we ever hit the Joe Rogan level, we're talking gristled up smack-a-sacks. I mean, we got big dreams if we
Yeah.
hit her big.
Mouse pads.
Yeah.
Mouse pads.
We've got hopes and dreams.
We'll even paint mice. We
Yeah.
don't even need a pad.
This here is Rocky.
As always, I'm Cody.
I'm Sean.
I'm Caleb. We are Gristled Up. Or the Gristled Up. Whatever.
What?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
We'll get there eventually.
Well, what's the shirt say? The Gristled Up Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sweet merch.
Might be coming your way.
It's possible.
To a theater near you.